Hello everybody, I'm so happy that all of you guys could join me today. My name is Kamisha Charles and I am the Heritage Diet Curriculum Coordinator here at Oldways. So what is Oldways? Oldways is a food and nutrition educational nonprofit that's based in the Boston area, and one of our major goals is to inspire people to find healthier and more sustainable ways of eating based off of different diet curriculums that we have. We're most famous for our Mediterranean Heritage Diet Pyramid and also our whole grain stamp. So for me, what I'm going to do and show you guys here today are recipes from our African Heritage Diet curriculum. So what is the African Heritage Diet? The African Heritage Diet is a diet that was made in collaboration with Oldways and different experts, public health, nutrition, and historians that collaborated, that were experts in African diaspora culture, history, and different aspects of things. So what I'm going to show you today are different recipes from African Heritage Diet and Health. Our recipes are taken from different parts of the diaspora, such as Latin America, Africa, the Caribbean, and also the South, the American South. So the first recipe that we're going to start with will be our cold black-eyed pea salad. Essentially, it's a cold bean salad that will be used as the basis that will be used is black-eyed peas. So black-eyed peas are very important in African American culture. They are usually cooked around the new year, and they are used for, they're supposed to represent good luck, and basically good luck for the new year, good luck for the times, and mainly they're mostly cooked in collaboration with meat or mixed into rice, depending on what dish people are making. The second dish we're going to do is called Mafe, and it is a Senegalese dish. It's a West African dish from Senegal, and it is a dish that consists of a stew. It's a sweet potato and peanut butter stew. So I know that sounds like a weird combination, but it's actually really tasty and really nice butternutty. So we're going to be making that second, and then the last thing we'll be making is a fruit salad, which originates from different parts of Western Africa. So I'm super excited to start with you guys today, and first we're going to start with all the ingredients for the cold black-eyed pea salad. First, we're going to make the vinaigrette for the black-eyed pea salad. So you're going to take a bowl and you're first going to pour in your 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar right there. Next, you're going to pour in your 1 lime, juice of the lime. Then you're going to do about 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. So I'm just going to squeeze it out here. So we get about 1 teaspoon, drop it in there. And you're going to do the same 1 teaspoon of honey. I'm going to grab my honey here. So I'm gonna take the knob off and get some honey. So I'm going to do at least about 1 tablespoon of honey. 1 teaspoon of honey, sorry. That we're going to cut out here. So it's taking a little bit of time, but it's fine. And there you go. Awesome. So 1 teaspoon of honey. I'm kind of going to drag out here, and I'm going to drop it in. So you're going to take your whisk, and you are going to whisk all of these ingredients together. And while you're whisking these ingredients together, you're also going to add about 1/4 of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. So first I'm going to start with whisking all these different ingredients together. So you've got your lime juice, your Dijon mustard, and your apple cider vinegar, and you're going to whisk that together. And basically what we're doing is we're making a vinaigrette for the black-eyed pea salad. So I'm whisking in. And now with that, I'm going to, showing you right here, here's a nice little thing, and you're going to whisk away. Now you're going to measure out about 1/4 a cup of your olive oil. So I'm just kind of going to let it pour. All right. So we have about 1/4 cup here. And you're just going to slowly whisk it in as you pour. kind of going to whisk as you go. And then you're going to add in your shallot, your pre-diced shallot. This is about half of a shallot. I'm going to put it in. Just pour it. And put it on the side here. And you're going to whisk that in. Next, you're going to add your spices. So with each of the spices, it's about 1 teaspoon essentially, or you can add as much or as little as you desire. I just kind of play it by ear, but you can measure it out if you'd like. So I put some cumin, a little bit of cayenne pepper, some salt, and some actual pepper. I'm going to grate that out here. It's always great to grate and get fresh pepper. And now I'm going to continue to whisk a little bit more. So I'm going to whisk it maybe for about a minute, about 20 seconds or so, I would say. Whisk it until everything's kind of mixed in and even. And there you have it. Now you have your fresh vinaigrette. So I hope everybody can see it here. And now I'm going to put this vinaigrette to the side as I make the basis for the salad. So you're going to take a big bowl. I take a big bowl and just, you know, a nice large spoon. And first I'm going to take my 2 15-ounce cans of black-eyed peas and I'm going to pour it in. Next I have about half of a cucumber, about 1 cup of a cucumber that's pre-diced. So the cucumber here, I just kind of split in half and I diced. You're going to pour that in. You're going to pour in about a cup of red bell pepper. Pouring that in right here. And you also have the option of adding, if you would like, some jalapeno pepper or cilantro. The jalapeno is great because it adds a little kick to your recipe. So depending on what your preference is, if you're a person who really likes salty or sweet, you can kind of do that. I'm going to find it. So here is my jalapeno pepper. I've already pre-diced it. I've diced about 2 for about 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to pour that in. And you are going to mix all of these ingredients together. Just making sure everything is round and evenly coated, and just to mix it up. Something I love about this is a great recipe that is a completely different way to use and eat black-eyed peas. This is something that you eat traditionally, and it's perfect for a summer salad. It's really fresh with all of the cucumber and the red bell pepper. And it's also really nice, sweet and tangy, and you can mix it up with just about anything if you want. And it's a great way because you get some vegetables in here, you get some beans, and you get a nice little mixture of the vinaigrette. So this is the pre-mixed salad. I also think it's such a beautiful presentation because you get all these different colors, and it's just a great thing to bring. So I have my vinaigrette, and now I'm going to sit and pour my vinaigrette in and add it in to the salad. And I'm just going to go and I'm going to mix all of that up till the vinaigrette covers all of the salad evenly. So we're just mixing now. Basically, all you want to do is make sure that everything is essentially evenly coated throughout, and you know, all the different ingredients get a nice even coat of the vinaigrette. So that's pretty quick. It is a very easy, quick, no-cook recipe. This is the end result. Look how beautiful that is, all the pretty colors. It's a very easy, no-cook recipe. It takes basically no time at all. But I really love this recipe. It makes such a nice, tasty salad, and it's something that you can use, that you can add to summer parties. You can just add to dinner. Your beans are a great way for you to add beans into your diet. Cucumbers and a bunch of different vegetables. So this is my first recipe. So we're done with that, so I'm going to put this to the side. And next we're going to start with the mafe. So mafe, as I said, is a Senegalese dish, and it is a very tasty stew. So I'm going to now start, and we're going to essentially, I'm wiping down my counter right now to prepare for the second recipe, and we're going to start and make that. This is a cooked recipe. You're going to make it over the stove, and mafe, we do a vegetarian mafe, but mafe can be traditionally eaten with meat, different types of meat, whether it's like lamb, goat, or fish. We encourage the vegetarian version that we do here at home, and you can pour it over any grain. It's really great with couscous or, you know, rice. We prefer brown over white, obviously, and we suggest that. And you can mix that in and eat it, and it also just makes a great stew that you can eat at home just by itself. So I'm going to get the ingredients, and we're going to start cooking. All right, everybody. So now we are going to start with our mafe dish, and I have a bunch of the ingredients in front of me. So let's get started. So first, you're going to take your 1 onion that is diced, and you're going to first put some oil. We're going to fry the onion and the garlic together. So I'm going to pour some oil. The recipe calls for a pre-measured amount of oil. I just kind of do as desired, but I would suggest following the recipe for that. I'm just basically letting it coat my pan, and I'm going to pour in my onion. And it's about 2 cloves of garlic. This is 1 clove here. So you dice up 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to pour my garlic in right now. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go and put your, it's a mixture right here. You're going to go and put this on the stove, and you're going to let it fry for about, 2-3 minutes. Until it's translucent. So we're going to put it on our stove right now, and we're going to let it get translucent, and in the meantime we're going to switch over and work on our vegetables for the stew. So I've placed it right here, and I'm just going to turn my stove on and just kind of let things fry. So now in the meantime, the main thing that we're going to work on are our vegetables. So I'm going to show you the different ways. There are 3 main bases. Sweet potatoes and a vegetable, but our carrots and zucchini are. The different ways that we're going to chop up and use the vegetables. So first, you're going to have 2 zucchinis, 2 full zucchinis here, that you're going to use, and you're going to cut them into half rounds. So what this means is you're going to go, I'm going to clear this so you can get a better view, and you're basically going to slice the zucchini. And this is 1 full round, and you're going to go and you're going to cut in half. And now you have your zucchini in 2 half rounds. So basically you're going to cut up 2 zucchinis, make them like this until basically you have a nice big bowl like this over here. So that's your zucchini. With your carrots, you're going to take your carrot. I'm going to use this as a substitute for my carrot. You're basically going to cut them into full rounds. So this is a full round, and this would be an example of a full round from a carrot. You basically just chop them into that. You chop up 2 large carrots that you would have, and you'd get a bowl like this here. And lastly, you would chop up and dice up your sweet potato. So we recommend a medium-sized sweet potato for this recipe. You can add more or less as needed or as desired, depending on what your preferences are. So essentially what I like to do is I will put the sweet potato on the cutting board, and I will cut it in half. I would suggest using a larger knife than the one I'm using right now. But essentially you cut that in half or in a quarter. You lay it down there, and I just kind of try to cut it into strips. And after you've cut them into nice little strips like this right here, nice little strips, they're basically ready for you to dice. You basically line them up, and you just cut. And now you have great little chunks of sweet potato that you can use, diced sweet potato here. So I'm going to quickly check on my fried onion and tomatoes. And basically I'm just going to mix them up here. Now you don't want to fry them for too long. You don't want to fry them for too long. You just want to fry them enough to make them translucent. So don't leave them on the stove for too long when you're frying your onions and garlic. So essentially, just showed you how to chop up all the various vegetables that are going to be used in this great stew that we're making. And I'm going to go and take my onions and garlic out of the oven, and we're going to start to add things to the pot. Alright, so now we have our fresh Now we have our freshly fried onions and garlic. It's a great smell. And basically you're going to cook them until they're translucent. So just kind of a little bit see-through. And you're going to pour them into a nice little regular stock pot that you have, or stew pot that you might have at home. So you pour that into the pot. And now what you're going to do is you're going to add your vegetables. So you're going to pour in your zucchini, your carrots, and your sweet potatoes. And essentially what you're going to do is you are going to put them back up. You're going to put this back on the oven. You're going to cover it and you're going to let it simmer a little bit for about 3 to 4 minutes. Alright, so while that is cooking and simmering for 3 to 4 minutes, we're going to move on to our next recipe, which is the After Chop fruit salad. So this is a fruit salad that is used in different areas in West Africa. And essentially with this fruit salad, you can use any sort of ingredient, like you can use any sort of fruits that you have on hand. Today we're going to be using mangoes and pineapples. So we have that here. We have some pineapple, some mango, some coconut milk, and some honey. So those are the ingredients we're going to be using for this recipe today. And it's a really easy no-cook recipe, and it makes a delicious fruit salad that you can also use for your summer parties. Just add as a nice, tasty, healthy dessert after you had like your full dinner. And it's very, very easy to make. So I've taken a full fresh pineapple and I basically cut it up into pineapple chunks right here, like I show right here. And essentially you're just going to pour this into your bowl. Then I have about 3 to 4 mangoes. You can add more or less depending on your preference. I used about 3 mangoes here, and I basically just cut them up, dice and chop them. So you're going to pour that into the bowl as well. And then you're going to take 4 tablespoons. This is some coconut milk. I just use coconut. You can get any form of canned coconut milk anywhere at the store. It doesn't really matter brand or style. Just get any coconut milk that works. And you're going to take about 4 tablespoons of coconut milk and you're going to pour it over the salad. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then lastly, you're going to take some honey. So you're going to take about 1 tablespoon of honey and you're going to pour it over the fruit salad. So essentially your salad already has a lot of fruit and it's, pretty healthy. It's pretty sweet. I mean, it's pretty healthy, but it's also pretty sweet. And you're basically going to go and just add some honey to that. Add about a tablespoon of honey to your recipe. It's taking some time to come out here. And after that, you're just going to mix up all of these ingredients. It's a very quick, very easy salad to make, easy fruit salad to make, and it's super tasty. I never thought of using coconut milk in my salads, but in my fruit salads, but it honestly tastes really great. And it honestly tastes really great, especially in combination with the honey and the tropical fruits. So I think this is, such a great recipe. So I've measured about 1 tablespoon of honey and I'm going to pour that into the recipe. And now all you're going to do is essentially mix all of this, just kind of so that all the fruits get coated with the coconut milk and the honey that you just poured. And you're going to coat all of it. Make sure it's a good mixture. Add some spillage. And essentially, that's it. I'm just making sure I get a nice little even coating here. And voila! You have your beautiful After Chop fruit salad. You can also add some yogurt some low-fat yogurt, plain yogurt, or granola to this recipe. You can use other fruits such as papaya or grapes or blueberries, basically whatever you have on hand. And it's just a really quick, easy recipe, and I think it makes a great tasty dessert. Alright, so that's our second recipe, and we're going to go right back to our third recipe, the Mafe, and check to see how our vegetables are going and see how they're mixing. So essentially, you're not going to cook your vegetables for very long. It's going to be it's going to be about 3 or 4 minutes. You're just going to kind of you're going to stir them a little bit, let them cook just a little bit, because they're also going to cook when you're making the rest of the stew. So this is just a great, beautiful mixture. I love this recipe as well because of all the beautiful colors that are represented. It's like so nice aesthetically, and it's great. It's very aesthetically pleasing. And you have your nice little mixture of zucchini and sweet potato and carrots that are right here. And I think it's also very healthy. You know, sweet potatoes and carrots are both really high in beta carotene, which is really great for your eyesight and have great health benefits. And zucchini, it's a great way for you to get your vegetables, your carbs, and a little bit of spice and flavor all in one meal. So now we're going to make the liquid part of our stew. So you're going to pour in your diced tomatoes. So it's about 1 can of diced tomatoes, or you can dice your own tomatoes. Keep the sauce and just kind of pour it in and mix it into your pot. And then you're going to take about 2 cups of vegetable broth. I've already pre-measured it out here. Low sodium vegetable broth, and just pour that in. And then you're going to mix that in. Just make sure everything kind of gets mixed up. And the tomatoes and the vegetable broth essentially are the liquid basis for your stew. The tomatoes add a great thickness, and the stew kind of, gives it its liquidy aspect. So you're going to mix that in a little bit, and essentially what you're going to do is you're going to put this back on the stove for about 10 minutes, and you're going to let it simmer. Alright, so we have now just boiled and let our mixture of ingredients for the Mafe boil on our stove for about 10 minutes. I would recommend medium heat to low heat. You can put it on medium heat and kind of shift over to low heat after about 5 minutes, and just kind of let things simmer. So here is our beautiful Mafe with all the different ingredients. You see how gorgeous that looks, and we're going to now add the last final ingredients to it. So we're going to take about 1/4 a cup of peanut butter. And I've already pre-measured it out here. So here's the peanut butter here. And we're going to take that and we're just going to pour it into our pot. Very sticky. To me, it was very interesting to use peanut butter as part of a stew. But honestly, it adds such a great taste, especially in combination with the sweet potato. So first you're going to add some peanut butter. You're going to take your 3 sprigs of thyme that you already pre-chopped and just kind of pour that in there. And lastly, you're going to take about 1 tablespoon of curry powder. I'm going to open this up right here, and I'm just going to go and measure out about 1 tablespoon. You can go, pour that there. You can also add, depending on your preferences, a little bit of salt. The recipe already has a lot of flavor, so I don't really think that much salt is needed, but I like to sprinkle just a little bit over it. And now you just kind of mix that in with all the rest of the ingredients that you have. Your stew is pretty hot. It's like fresh off the oven, so the peanut butter mixes in pretty well. You don't have to over mix or mix too much because it's all going to boil together anyway. So you just kind of do a little mixture, make sure everything's in, and essentially what you're going to do is you're going to put this back on the stove for about 3 to 5 minutes, and that's it. Your Mafe stew is done and ready to serve. So here is the mixture, and I'm going to put it right back on my stove for this 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'll show you guys the finished result. All right, so we have our finished Mafe stew, and I'm showing you right now what it looks like. Still a beautiful array of colors. I'm going to pour it out into a bowl so you can see, and it's great for lunch or dinner. You can pour it over rice. You can also add meat, chicken, lamb, stew to this recipe, but we recommend a vegetarian recipe with no meat. It's like a lot healthier, but makes a great little stew. This is what it looks like. It's all nice and fresh, and great colors, and great everything. So today we made 3 different recipes. First, we made the Black-Eyed Pea Salad. So this is of African American origin, and this recipe is taken from black-eyed peas. It's a huge cornerstone used for good luck. We have our After Chop fruit salad. It's made in different parts of Western Africa. What makes this kind of different is that you just mix in coconut milk and the fruits of your choice. And lastly, we have our Mafe, which is Senegalese in origin, and it's essentially a sweet potato and peanut stew. So I'm really glad that you guys came out today. I really enjoyed doing these recipes, teaching, learning, talking about their different origins. And something that I love about our curriculum and love about this program is the fact that it's not a complete change or deviation from the ways that, you know, different parts of the African diaspora used to traditionally eating, using things that are familiar like black-eyed peas or sweet potatoes, which are tubers, or plantains or yuca, and different tropical fruits, such as in parts of the Caribbean, and using all of those things that are already, you know, things that we use, but just learning how to make different recipes for them in healthier and different ways. I think it's a great explorative thing. So please check out our program at Oldways, at our website, oldwayspt.org. Thank you guys so much for coming out and making all these great recipes with me. I hope that you guys try them at home and like them and enjoy them. Thank you.